The question is, will artificial intelligence replace customer service reps? Now, you and I can obviously see some basic pros and cons to this. Number one, I bet it's cheaper than human beings, which means the company can pass the cost along to you or, not go out of business. I can also see the downsides. Talking to a computer sometimes is less productive than talking to human beings. So how will they work this out? Let's ask my next guest, Richard Weylman. He is a customer experience expert and best-selling author. Do you see AI replacing customer service reps anytime soon, Richard?
Great question, and good to be with you. Thanks. The reality is this, that AI, it is already having an effect. You see it in the contact centers. You're seeing headcount through layoffs coming. You see American Airlines just announced, I think it was 650. They're going to lay off and replace with AI. And there's no question that AI does a good job in some areas, and it's going to reduce hiring, that's for sure. As they're laying off, they're also not going to hire people. Here's the challenge. Well, even though it does replace existing people, the challenge is the one critical piece that AI does not have is that humanization. In other words, we can personalize with AI, but personalization and ease are the top two drivers in AI. But the reality is the customer experience is based on that humanization too. People want a thoughtful, caring, kind, and empathetic interaction and level of support when they're having a problem. So the short answer is no, they're not going to be able to replace all the customer service reps. We're going to see a tremendous backlash, just like we did with chatbots.
Oh, see, my wife is an extreme introvert, and she would rather talk to a computer than a human being in most circumstances. So I think for what little efficiencies AI can add, I think some people prefer that.
Oh, yeah, there's no question that it's going to reduce some friction. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. Let's look at a chatbot as an example. And I've been working in that side of the industry and with AI for the last 6 years, even before anybody was calling it AI. We were doing a lot of work over in India with a firm that we consult with. And the reality is that it used to be you had to type in exactly the right word and not make any mistakes in the spelling to get your answer. With AI, it anticipates intelligently that which it is that you're asking and directs you to a perceived or list of answers. So from that perspective, it's going to be great reducing friction. But if somebody's lost their luggage, AI is not going to be able to find it for you necessarily, even if they can track the tag. And I just had this experience happen at DFW. So I flew in. My bag didn't show up in the carousel. I have on my luggage in green tape my phone number, not on a tag. I'm taped on the luggage just in case. I get to baggage claim, bag never shows up, goes to the rep. He said, well, it's no longer at the airport here. He looks it up. I said, well, how do you know? He said, well, we can see on the computer, the computer says it's no longer here. And at that minute, my phone rang, my cell phone. I answered it, and he said, this is Bruno down at baggage claim here. We had the tag ripped off your luggage. We don't know where to send it. Where are you going to? You must be here in Dallas somewhere.
See, you had the old analog backup, Richard.
That's exactly right, brother. We needed the human. So please explain to me how that's going to be effective with AI. The reality is it won't. You need that human factor because people today want an elevated experience. They just don't want good service. That's a minimum expectation.
Well, I have a handful of friends that are small business owners. Like I have a friend that owns a gun shop, another one that has he's a lawyer that has his own firm, another one, she's a pediatrician, and they're kind of interested in AI. So all these phone calls that come in it can sort some of those out and get these people answers without having to hire multiple staffs to handle the calls. Is this getting scaled down enough that small business owners can use it?
We're not there yet. We're working on it. I have the privilege of working with a lot of people in the customer experience space, and they're not there yet with AI. We're close. The challenge is people don't remember that AI needs to be taught. It's like any other software program. It has to be taught preferences and ideas and answers. So at this point, it's not at a cost-effective basis yet for the individual. Let's say you're a pediatrician or your attorney, where somebody could call that number and say, what does it cost for me to have a will put together that's going to simplify, et cetera? Or, I've got this case. Could I sue somebody for this? They're not there yet. Will we get there? I think in the next couple of years, yes, because there's a tremendous push on AI. But it's still never going to remove the final piece, which is that humanization to say yes. If we're going to focus on transactions, great. We can do that. We can set up a bank account with AI. But the reality is if you need to transfer money and you need to get an exception from a manager, well, good luck with that in AI.
Yeah, we were looking for something to answer the phones in here so we could fire Sean, actually. So let me know when we get that.
All right, that'll be a great idea, and you might want to announce that ahead of time so we can look for another opportunity. And I'll just give you one more. Don't lose your Apple phone, because I lost my iPhone, and they've turned over the back end to AI now. Quick example, I couldn't remember my password because I set it up. I got the very first Apple phone that came out of these generations. I couldn't remember the password. So what was the net result? They said, I went all the way to the very top at Apple, and they said, nothing we can do. AI now controls it. You're on hold for 13 days before we'll allow you. The AI will allow you back into your system.
Goodness gracious. All right, tell me about the book you just released, 100 Proven Ways to Acquire and Keep Clients for Life. I think my small business owner friends would be interested in that.
Thank you. Yes, it's 100 Proven Ways to Acquire and Keep Clients for Life. It's based on many, many years of working all different types of industry and consulting. I speak at conferences all over the world, and actual firsthand interviews with consumers. What are they looking for? What do they really want? Why did they decide to do business with someone? And most importantly, how can you keep them as customers, given the lifetime value? So there's 100 proven ways. I didn't sit down to write 100 proven ways. I wrote till I was done. And my wife said, how many did you write? I said, I have no idea. She went and counted. She came out, there's 100 there. So that's how the book came about, 100 Proven Ways to Acquire and Keep Clients for Life. You can get it in any bookstore on Amazon. And it's really designed to help any business owner, any professional, to really connect at a deep level with their customer base and turn them into delighted advocates, not just satisfied clients.
All right, that's Richard Weylman, Weylman. Thanks again for being on the James Show, Richard.
My pleasure. It's great to be with you.
All right, fun stuff.